What the Shuck podcast. The goal of the What the Shuck podcast is to provide a platform to positive people that have either helped to change my life or that may help to change your life. My next duo are two of the most talented gentlemen in the Kentucky region for writing songs, singing songs, performing, and they're just really, honestly, fantastic guys that have helped me to get this point, and for inspiration's sake, they help you to get to the point where you would like to go, to where you're trying to go. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about some just of what it means to have drive in the creative process and where you're going to go and how I've got to where I've gotten and how these gentlemen have gotten to where they've gotten as they're about to release some of their most important music to date. So without further ado, Mr. Donnie Bowling and Mr. Brett Higgins. Thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
Appreciate you.
I don't know if y'all are going to play a song first or you'll like to talk a little bit about what it means to just be a musician.
Man. Yeah,
we won't talk
but
Thank
you
you.
have a song coming out
on
next
the 7th.
most recent or most like upcoming. So tell us a little bit about what it means to just have that drive to make your stuff happen.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of the drive comes from, music. It heals people, and I feel like, this is something that I was born to do, something he was born to do, and when we perform, you're helping someone out there, whether or not they tell you in that moment, they're going to let you know at some point in time. And I mean, obviously we don't do good things just for good things to come back or good things to happen, but we do it because that's what we're supposed to do, and it does. It heals, and that's a big part of my drive is helping others.
That's the main goal. We were just talking about it off camera a minute ago. One person, one song. You've paid back your debt. So that's kind of how we feel about it. And then you're talking about drive. Sometimes your friends have got to drive you. Whether you be drinking or just not having energy. Me and Brett started writing music like 8 months ago. Like once the pandemic started, and it was more or less just him stopping by because we've been around each other when we were still doing those very small pods of exposure groups. And he showed up like every day for like 3 weeks. The next thing we know, we had like a binder. A cat bought us a book. She's like, y'all have too many papers. Y'all just need to put it in a book here. But the drive ignited there, and we have not stopped since. You've seen most of this stuff. I think
that's what I was going to say.
I've sent you a lot of it.
Well, I mean, also the fact that just before COVID happened, I was at Cosmic Charlie's with you all when you all were sitting there, and we're talking about all the creative processes you're going through and the importance of the year coming up, and the fact that even though the craziness happened, you all still were there. You all still made it happen, and but that's important is you can point at him, but like he's saying too is it's so important that the people that are in your life that want to make the stuff happen that you want to make happen are also on that determined process. And I can thank my boy Mike over here. I wouldn't be doing the things that I've been doing if I wasn't doing the mastermind class with him. Being in that environment where you have people that are like-minded and want to make the same things happen almost is more important, if not more important, in the process of you wanting to make it happen yourself. Because at the end of the day, the biggest reason why you don't make it happen is people around you are like, I don't believe in that or whatever. And when you have people that are like, dude, what you're doing right now is so awesome and you're going to change the world, and when you all have beliefs like you have, and you all have even done philanthropy events that have helped people with Ambucks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we did Bluegrass Ambucks at the beginning of the pandemic. I think we raised $1,300 for them. We did one of the first live streams we did. And it was pretty successful. It was fun, and we kind of helped out somebody. I think I found them on Reddit. I was like, anybody have a place to give money to? Musicians.
Yeah, we do.
We'll work for tips. But yeah, and
thank you to everybody that was involved.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Hopefully we do it again next year, which is coming up in a few months. Daggone.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, exactly.
April's right around the corner.
Yeah,
a couple months.
We were talking surround yourself with people who are like-minded, but we almost named our duo Balance because sometimes, you have a great idea, and I believe if you have a great idea, you should go do it now because that energy is going to go away. I for the gym, if I don't go work out when I think about it, I'm going to make up excuses. Mm-hmm. So when one person's on their high, the other person might be on their low. Mm-hmm. And then if they're together, then the other one's going to equal that out. It's going to balance it out a little bit. So it's I think that's kind of what we do together is,
Yeah.
you know, like you had mentioned, sometimes you think you're going to do a pit stop, but I'm like already on the phone with you. I'm like, I'm like calling you on Facebook Messenger. Like,
If
who
I
uses
text
that?
Donnie-
Me.
If I text Donnie, that dude is calling me as soon as I text him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what idea I'm sending him. I could be like, Donnie, I got this idea. Like, we're gonna like have to like break down the American government, and from step one, immediately he's calling.
I've already got that plan, man. That's you.
It's so funny.
It's through music.
He has an answer for everything. It's crazy.
Try to.
It's crazy. He's
But
good at
to
it.
talk on and to touch a little bit on the balance that you all have, like I think that's what's so beautiful about the combination that you all provide is that it's not necessarily the most stereotypic or the most like what you would go to and be like, oh, a guy from Pikeville, Kentucky and a guy from Winchester, Kentucky
Yeah.
are gonna have the same vibes and the same frequency. But the thing is like even though you are insanely different talents, you are trying to promote and to present the same kind of love, and it resonates with everybody. Like, I mean, there were friends who I have that were like, dude, why did I not know about these guys? Or like, why did I not do this? Or and I'm like, just gotta put yourself out there. But that's what is so beautiful about what you are doing. So I think some people would love to hear about this balance. So do you have a song that you all would like to play?
Well, we don't go by balance. We go by featuring, because like whenever we put each other on our songs, like say Brett was on a song on my first record, and it was called what was it? Shadow, featuring Brett Higgins.
I feel like it's the X thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like featuring Brett Higgins and Donnie Bowen. That's the name of our band.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's the name of our duo. But I think let's do your song. You want to?
That's
Do
cool.
that one. So I think this is like maybe in April.
Okay.
This one out, and it was just kind of a collaborative idea, and took off pretty quick. And we just finished recording it with Tom Nadeau.
Yeah.
It should be out on the 7th.
Yeah, so it's a letter I wrote, and I showed it to him in March. Like, I wrote it in March, and I showed it to him, and he's like, man, be a great song. Like, okay.
There's 3 pages.
That was not no 3-page letter.
Yeah, it was a lot. He writes a
But
lot.
like the people that are willing to encourage that vulnerability in your life are the people that will allow you to make genius happen. So let's hear it.
The acoustic version.
Laid back. Fly beautiful, fly freely, yeah. Wherever you go, I'll be there if you need me. When we met in a beautiful season, I know in my heart it's for more than one reason. Victories and happiness, we're painting through the growth. We laugh, we love, we fail, we try. We've given others hope. We've given others hope. Fly beautiful, fly freely, yeah. Wherever you go, I'll be there if you need me. Your heart beats for others, it's evident, they say. I'm blessed to have been loved like that and held you every day. Victories and happiness, the pain and through the growth. We laugh, we love, we fail, we try. We've given others hope, though we've given up this hope. Fly beautiful, fly freely. Wherever you go, I'll be there if you need me.
There is literally an
can't listen to that song anymore.
There's only 4 people here right now, and that was super emotional. And the fact that I get an opportunity to like be an ambassador to this moment is like, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to these people here.
Be around for the release, bro.
Yeah,
Be around
it's
for
just the process that you all go through and the things that you all do to make this happen. It just means a lot to me because you all helped me with my project for the Christmas thing.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on that.
I mean, that was fun.
Dude,
We had some
like,
good times.
If you did you shoot, we started singing shoot. Recording it.
but it's just like, it just means so much that straight up, like, I talked to my mom and I was like, I went to this event that Sunday Best and New Frontier and the Shriners Club of Floyd County had, and I was like, I literally cried during that event because that's how powerful music is. It moves you.
Yeah.
And to see these people use this passion and to use this thing that they cared about so much, and to be like, hey, we're not only going to like make you be moved into emotion of crying, but like we're going to help people who we care about. I left that moment and I was like, that was powerful. Like one of the most powerful moments I've ever been.
It gave you drive.
Yeah, and it did.
Yeah.
It gave me so much drive, and I was like, I've had so many talented musicians on my podcast. I was like, let's just throw an album together. And then like, when all the people who were down, I was like,
Yeah, it was super contagious.
it was so
Yeah,
contagious, and I was like, we can't just throw an album together. Like, we got to raise money together.
Next year we're making music videos.
Dude, seriously though, like, that's the thing, dude. So for those of you all who don't know, I haven't even told you all, my goal with COVID is like reduced is I want to have a music festival at Red River Gorge with you all and all the people who are on the album. Like, can you think of a better?
We're gonna play the Christmas songs in July.
Well, so I want to have a Christmas in July festival.
Not so
but,
silent night.
But I want that to be when all the musicians flex their actual talent, the things that they have written, the beautiful things that they have, and then when we have the thing in December, it's like a little bit of their talents, and then also just like we're trying to raise joy and just like make people have a better year. And so what I would really like to do is, if we can make it happen, based off of obviously if COVID will allow it, is I want to have like a vending area where all the musicians can sell all their albums and all their merchandise and all this. And then also, if you're like a local craftsman or like a local, like whatever,
Artist.
you can come here. Just anything, rather
Is that
painting
what artisan
or
means?
basket weaving.
Yeah. That's whatever you
I know a
want it
mean
to be.
basket weaver. Dude.
Exactly. Underwater basket weavers.
What
I don't
about Bernie
care. If you're
Sanders
from Kentucky,
mittens?
if you're
Get
making
that girl.
Bernie Sanders mittens
Yeah, we'll get that
or
girl
his
in here.
memes, I don't care. Show up. If you're from our area and you're from Kentucky, literally little Bubby Child. I
Oh,
love
meme
that
guy?
guy.
Yeah.
I know him personally.
Dude, I don't know him, and I've been trying to figure out who he is, but
Shout out.
he is
You know
so.
who he is?
I know
He's
him
from
personally.
Winchester.
Yeah, I know.
You
him.
know who he is? Like the real person?
Yeah,
He definitely
I know
does.
him.
Tell me later, not on the podcast.
I will.
So
I will. I went to church with him.
he is contributing to the cause, and he's giving us like 150 pictures or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, until you're willing to like put your artistry out, like that guy would have never known that just by him drawing silly little illustrations that people would love that shit. But people love it.
Well, comedy is a great connector. I mean, you think like through a lot of like really hard times, comedians are the first ones to bring things up.
Yeah,
The
because
whole concept, is it too early? You know, because like they're the ones who can possibly
there's no such thing as political
be the
correctness
people to make it lighter than what it needs to be. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
that's why, like I said, I want to have a festival at the end of the year that is going to present an opportunity and platform to all the people that have made my podcast, but also Kentucky be so unique and awesome.
Yeah. Do
And
that.
I was just on Amber Philpott's podcast, and she literally went Andy Bashir, Austin Shuck, and it's like that's the governor of Kentucky, and then this guy.
You gotta ride the wave, dude.
Yeah, there you
Don't
go.
crash.
But the thing is like you said, like I'm using that momentum to help people, and I'm trying to perform and just to make sure that I honestly don't think I have any particular talent or any skill or whatever, but I'm willing to work really hard and make sure that people like you all have this platform and that you all can provide this talent, people that are out here.
You may not see it, but you're really good at what you're doing, you know, with your platform, and you're growing in that process. You're doing more for others than you probably give yourself credit for. I'll tell you that. I watch. So.
Yeah, but
I appreciate that.
collaborative effect is the best part. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's contagious, like I said earlier. It's
But
like,
give your, you know,
we
take
can
credit.
be that viral infection that's happening in the country. You can choose if a viral infection's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be that good shit. Let's be that good.
There's a Neil Young lyric in a song called "Love Is a Rose," and it says something like, not verbatim, but it's like something like, "We can go together. Let's take the best right now," which is like, you know, everyone hop online and let's go together, because if one of us makes it, all of us makes it. So it's kind of like, you know, collaboration is the equalizer.
There really is strength and power in numbers.
So obviously you're working on your single,
Yeah.
things coming up.
Yeah.
But you're also working on things too, Donnie.
I got 50, 11 albums, man.
50, 11 albums. And I appreciate that. Like, you have honestly been a consummate musician since I've known you, literally when we were in college. Like, I was just
playing like Last Dance with Mary Jane back then.
But you were playing it, though. You were playing it. And the thing is, like...
I love that you knew what I was talking about.
Yes. But the fact is that you were willing to be like, I'm going to play Last Two with Mary Jane while I'm...
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Did it. You cut your teeth on willing to take that opportunity, and I mean, you're getting presented opportunities that haven't happened because you're willing to put yourself into that. So I would love to hear a little bit more about what you are doing.
We'll jam a new one in a second. Like, since you guys are talking about like seeing things in each other, like in people you work with, you know, this song is called "There's You." We just put this out like maybe a month ago.
I love this song.
And it's kind of just about well, you'll get it, I guess.
The Elixir, when you were saying Elixir, that's
when I first met you. That's when I first met you. In person.
Ready? There's something that you have never seen in me. It's something that I can't explain or convey rightfully to you, to you, to you, to you. Do you see the things that I see?
There's something in your eyes that brings me alive. Oh, it's like the brightest of the stars in the darkest of night.
It's a beacon to the lost, a signal from Mars, showing that there's more to life out there. There's more to who we are.
Do you see the things that I see in you?
Searching for hearts,
I'm going down to space and waiting at the end of the storm to bring us some truth. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. The truth is there's love, there's love for me and you. The truth is there's love I'm sending out to you. To you, to you.
Do you see the things that I see? Do you feel the way that I feel? Do you see the things that I see? Do you feel the way that I feel for you? That's not part of the song. No. It's in our head though.
I wish you guys could just put it on a drum machine and just loop you all doing that.
Dude, have you all ever?
Dig it.
I know that when you did, what was the band?
Prototype.
You all
Oh
did
man, he's a
some
loop
stuff
and
like
master. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have that sort of
Yeah.
musical talent that you can be like.
He's a beatboxer. You do it. Get it one time.
That is,
Oh yeah.
Get it.
yeah, let's hear this.
I got the gum.
Got gum? You can't.
Hey,
That's
don't
nasty.
tell my chorus teacher that I was chewing gum and singing.
That's nasty.
No, wow.
Get it. That's all I got.
I mean, I could go on all day with that stuff, right?
But that speaks volumes to like the extent of what you all are as musicians. Like,
Nuts.
dude, so one of the funniest things that I can think of is when talking to Donnie Bowling. This gentleman has been helping me with my podcast for over a year, and I literally was just like, "Hey, I'm trying to start this podcast," and no rules. Like, no rules was our thing. Like from day one.
Still ain't got any.
No rules. And that's the capacity that you have to live with. Like, rather you're trying to be the greatest relationship, or you're trying to be the greatest like musician, or you're trying to be the greatest podcaster, is I just spilled that a little bit.
Ha,
The
see, no
rules
rules
that you
up.
give to yourself, even if you're spilling a little bit of
That hold you back.
the muffin man.
Yeah.
The thing is like you determine like what's holding you back. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can be like, my relationships hold me back, or my parents are holding me back, or whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's your choice of what's holding you back, and you guys are clearly not allowed essentially most taboos of life to hold you all back. Right now, you're pulling. Is that what is that?
So this is
It's a mini guitar.
It's actually a guitar.
That's a guitar
Yeah.
like just made for him.
No,
It's just-
no. This is actually
just a
this is the
DB
Ed Sheeran
exclusive.
guitar, man. Come on.
This is a
dude.
DB exclusive, Donnie
That's
Bowling
right.
exclusive guitar. And
This
then
is the one I
we're-
wrote in the truck with at one time. Yeah, it was. The only rule though is don't be afraid to fail.
That is the only.
But
rule.
you learn that in the
Don't be
master
afraid to
class at the end of the course. You learn
Yeah.
that at the end though. That's like one of those things.
And the thing
And not
is
Shyamalan type.
that you all have dove into a lot of like things that would be seen as, dude, this won't work. Donnie, you're from an area that it's like highly expected that if you're a musician, it's probably gonna be bluegrass, or
Bluegrass,
it's gonna be
yeah.
country, or it's gonna
Well.
be, and you were like, I love those things. I love bluegrass. I love country, but I also love death
Metal. I used to play metal.
or
bands.
metal, yeah. And it's just like,
I
or
used to
death cab.
scream all the time.
But it's
Why
just
you so
like
angry?
it's like your willingness to be whatever you want to be as an artist is what you will be determined by. So if you want to have a podcast that only covers weight loss, then you'll only have a podcast that only covers weight loss. But if you want to be a musician, it's like, I'm going to make reggae, and I'm going to make bluegrass, I'm going to make whatever. That's up to you. And I think that both of you all, that's why this balance is so beautiful that you all talk about, because your relentlessness to be like, this is the standard, but we don't live by that. No rules. I think that both, like, Brett is a vegetarian and doesn't drink alcohol.
I burnt my finger cooking chicken.
But
Yeah,
But
I
the
can
thing
smell
is,
you.
it's
I
like
can smell your burnt
the-
finger when I got in there.
the rules that
sober.
you all follow are just not standard. Like, even though you're a musician, like, some people will be like, I'm going to associate with drug use or whatever. It's like, you're like, well, not me. And then most people are like, oh, I'm going to be like,
It's the balance thing, dude.
I'm not going to
You
be
know?
a super intelligent person because I'm a musician. I'm focused on things that I'm going to be focused on. And it's like, well, Donnie's a fucking like nurse that's like, well, this is how important physical health is. This is how important like a vaccine is. And it's like, you are raising questions that it's not typically a thing that
Taboo.
musicians, it's taboo for musicians to
Try to
bring
stay out
up.
of politics as much as possible, though.
Yeah.
I literally have never heard either of you talk about politics.
I think when you talked about it one night, we were watching that last McGregor fight.
That
And
was-
McGregor fights tonight, too. I remember never to bring that up again.
Literally a year ago, Axel was like, dude, Donnie bowling
I
is
thought
so
he was gonna
pitiful. And
whoop
I was
me.
like, he's really not.
I thought he was gonna whoop me, man. So this will tie this in too. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, talking about like having like no rules and stuff. Like we have been working on this other record with Trippin' Roots, and it was live after COVID quarantine, and it was a song that just talks about like if you could find that one thing, you know, like I have a thing, he's a thing, you have a thing, like would you share it with everybody? You know, that's like the most important part is like do it, you know, don't wait too long because then you're going to talk yourself out of it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty within.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
with it.
I just love, man, how different Donnie is, you know. And like you were saying, he's different. And we had a discussion on the way here about words that we use in songs, and it's like, okay, you know, we got a certain words.
I'm not going
we
to say them
gotta go
because
away
you'll
from.
pick them
Oh,
out.
I'm
I ain't going to
The
say them.
formula for success is like completely different than everyone's. I appreciate the hell of it.
Just see his
Put out as
formula
much
for
as you can, and one of them will stick, and that's all it
There you
takes.
go.
Let's
do
play the
it.
beauty within, you want to? So I wrote this song at 2 a.m. in the morning while my roommate, Zach Martin, was trying to sleep.
Shout out to Zach Martin.
And basically, I was trying to be very quiet whenever I was doing it. Is it working? Yeah. Gotcha. I was trying to be very quiet when I was doing it. So let's try to be quiet again. Bring it back to that moment.
All right, like we're there.
If there was some magic in this room, something that you could feel, would you share it? Would you show the world the beauty within? The beauty within. The beauty within. And it can stop you in your tracks if you're running fast. Oh, it's glued to your heels, to your heels. So you try and make the best of not making sense. It ain't so sensible. The beauty within. The beauty within. Would you share and would you show the world? Would you share and would you show the world? Would you share and would you show the world? The beauty within. The beauty within. The beauty within. Would you share and would you show the world? The beauty within.
Yeah.
I like that ending.
Me too.
Listen, it's not a podcast tonight if the camera don't fall. We know
The
this.
camera doesn't jump down.
They're making fun of the small guitar and it like
cam-
shot so many waves out.
Yes,
it knocked
sir.
it out, dude.
The camera's vibing. Camera's vibing. Camera's vibing.
Right, but you see, like to me, Shuck, that's kind of like the concept of the whole drive thing, man. You know, the beauty within us all to work with each other and push each other, you know, and share it. That's the concept, you know. Share that stuff with each other.
Yeah, you have to share it. You have to share it. That's part of the purpose here is sharing, you know, that stuff and spreading that, you know.
We got this new song that the lyric says something like helping others try. We're more together, wrong don't make a right, and we're all right.
Yes, sir.
We're all right.
Yes, sir.
We've been working that one today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not done.
Well, I mean, it's just like, it's so funny to see, like, even in the year that we have been close, to see your artistry grow, and even the amount of time that I've seen your artistry grow. You said something about growing up, or me meeting you at Elixir, but I actually do think that I met you a little bit before then. I think that I met you at Cosmic Charlie's.
Yeah, because they were playing
It
at
was
that
really
battle.
right before.
Yeah, it was a battle.
That's right. That is right.
And,
that is right.
and he was like, "This is my friend, Brett."
That is right.
Brett Higgins. And I was like, "Brett Horton," and he was like, "No,
No.
Brett Higgins." And I was
That
like,
is
"Oh
right.
shit, okay."
Shout out Brett Horton Holler. I mean,
Love Brett Horton.
Darkman
I
Holler.
love Brett Horton.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's
right.
just like, I literally was like, "All right," like,
Yeah,
is
man.
right.
It's,
I was like, "This dude's insanely talented," and you, if I'm not mistaken, you were
Homegrown
on the
headband.
Homegrown headband.
But well, I know that, but like you were, I think you came on. You definitely did. You played the piano on the COVID sessions of my podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that was obviously way before the Elixir thing.
No,
So
no.
yeah,
You sure?
We're gonna look at the dates
Sure.
later
Yeah,
for
we'll
this
look at the
article.
dates for that.
sure. That
Well,
was
I
in
think it was that.
April or something when you came on my COVID sessions.
We'll have to look.
I promise.
No,
We're gonna
we'll-
fact check that live here in a minute.
Even though
Come back.
Even though in college I smoked ganja.
I don't know if you guys
And
noticed,
I
but
drink
prior
alcohol
to
now.
this, there was like a mixology thing. He drank a little bit, so he's probably off on the
I've
dates.
had
a
some
little bit.
boozes.
Yeah, he
But
spilled a
I
bunch.
also had some marijuanas in my life, and the
Booze
saying,
that's within.
There you go.
The booze that's
no marijuanas in
within.
Goodfellas. No. There's no Goodfellas in there.
Booze that's within.
There you go.
Hey, can we make a jingle for you? The booze that's within.
If you guys want to have a great cocktail, go down to Goodfellas.
Man, I think we got one more tune for you if you got time for it.
Yeah, totally.
Song's
I
called
would
Road.
love to hear a little bit about it. I think that we've had a great connection of all the things that we have been through, like as far as like growth. Like I said, you were on, I think the 4th episode of What the Shuck.
Yeah, I remember we just did it in your kitchen.
And there was no rules, and you bought into the vision that I had, and dude, as far as for an artist, your range and your talents are
I
just,
appreciate it.
it's incredible.
Thanks a lot.
And that's obviously why you all make such a great team.
It's all
Like,
Brett.
your willingness, nah, bro, like it's so cohesive. The balance, it really is. It's
Cohesive in Cambria.
cohesive and
There you go.
But it's just like your willingness to say, hey, like, you have this incredible talent, and I do too. It's like a incredible franchise for sports, for basketball, or for football, whatever.
Yeah, that's
It's
deep.
just that talent that you all have, it just works for whatever
Patrick
you are.
Mahomes.
You are Patrick Mahomes and T.
And
Hill.
Kelsey?
Dude, I'm
Or Travis Kelsey, yeah.
Who-
T. Hill, Travis Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes.
I
Who
ain't, no,
cares?
he's injured. I ain't Travis. I'm somebody else. I'm
I ain't injured.
Kelsey's injured?
No, Patrick Mahomes.
No, he back.
Got
He's
his head-
been practicing.
He got his head twerked.
He been practicing. They put him
He got his
out there.
head
He's
twerked.
He's
practicing.
never gonna not play.
He lost some brain cells.
He owns the NFL.
He does. He's pretty killer.
Yeah.
Shout out to Patrick
So-
Mahomes.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
What's the name
song.
of the song?
This song I wrote about 2 years ago when I first moved back to town. It's called The Road. And actually what it's about, this song has a long story. I'll give it to you in like 2 seconds. The song is about a friend of mine when I was 14 years old. He was actually my weed dealer. I was 15 probably, I guess. I lied a little bit. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. I always have to say sorry, Mom, anymore.
One time I totally what's it called whenever you fake the baseball throw? Balk?
Balk.
Yeah, I balked him. He's
yeah.
like, yeah, we're gonna give you a drug test. You're in a punk band. I was like, go ahead. I was like, dude, I'm gonna fail this. I'm gonna fail it. Anyway, my friend was like, dude, you're gonna make one decision. You're gonna go to college, and he was like a big adamant guy for music. He's like, you're going to have student debt. You're never gonna do it. So go do it now while you can. I never did. I didn't. I went to college and I got student debt, and I hate it. So this song is what his advice was to me when I was like 15, and it's on my first full length. And we never end this song the same way. We never start it the same way.
Oh, we sure don't.
I'm gonna start with the ending.
When it came to work, if I had known that time was slipping like a noose, break free from debt and you will find the key to all this is not far behind. No, no. If we only knew what this whole life was doing to you and you and you. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Oh no. It's far from over, but close enough to see that I'm breaking habits so I can be the one to guide you, the one to show you this prison's just inside our minds. If we only knew what this whole life was doing to you and you and you. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Oh no. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Got something to show. Yeah. If we only knew what this whole life was doing to you and you and you. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. Oh no, no, no. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. We've got something to show them. Where's my big?
I heard it drop.
Take it on the road.
I'm dropping it right now.
Take it on the road. We've got something to show them. Take it on the road. Take it on the road. We've got something to show them.
You dropped it on purpose.
I meant to throw it, but it dropped like right on me at the same time.
I was like,
man.
that's
Put me
his,
in the hole.
that's
I've
his
been
pick.
bald for about 10 years. If the hairs on the back of my neck keep standing up, maybe I'll just grow my hair.
Oh, man.
Listen, let me tell you, dude. That's what it's doing. It. No. Man, thanks a lot for having us, dude. We appreciate you.
Appreciate
Hopefully we've given you some drive too by putting out content and not being afraid of falling.
You guys have always been an extremely huge influence to me. Literally, Mike and Mike, both huge influences to me. Both of you gentlemen, thank you all so damn much.
Appreciate you, man.
Like,
Thank you.
the fact that I'm able to surround myself with people that don't only want to just be like, we're going to be mediocre at this skill or this thing that we have, this passion that we follow. It's like, we're going to go all out.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you the best quality of product that we can give you.
Put all your money into Bitcoin.
Do what
I
you
got
love.
money in Bitcoin. I don't know if you
Do what
should
you
do that,
love.
but I got money in it. So
Yeah.
it's up to you. But it's just like,
This
Do
is
what
a
you
big-
love.
this is a
Love
big
what you
thing
do.
Right here. Do what
At
you
the end of the
love
day, yeah.
and love doing it. You know.
It'll be all right.
and it's just to get this opportunity, dude. Sheesh. I am incredibly blessed. I'm an ambassador to some of the most talented people in the area, some of the most loving people in the area, some of the most just adaptive people in the area.
It says a lot about what you're doing. So
Well, I appreciate that. And to have that opportunity just means a lot. So thank you all for coming on. Thank you all for what you're doing.
What the shuck?
yes, sir. What the shuck?
There's a huge fight tonight. Tell me what you all think.
I hope McGregor loses.
Okay, now McGregor loses.
What's that?
I hope he loses. At least I hope he uses something more than his shoulder this time.
No shoulders. Thank you, TK.
Thank you.
Thank you. What is that?
Take it on the road.
Is that some pizza or
What the
something?
shuck?
What the shuck?
We
Do
got
what you love.
pizzas delivered by Goodfellas. We got.
Remember I told you guys I got your own pizza.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So,
man.
I gotta pee.
Everything that's
I do
happening,
too.
all the blessings, all the lovings. Thank you all. We're in this Airbnb above Goodfellas.
It's beautiful in here. Oh my gosh.
The beauty within a bucket, fellas.
Goodfellas. So, thank you all for tuning in. How do you get you gentlemen as far as like on social media, like as far as
Do
iTunes,
not search
YouTube?
my name, Donnie Bowling. You will find my father. You don't want that.
No.
What about you, Brett?
I am Brett Higgins.
I am _ B Hits is my handle on Instagram. Brett Higgins.
You
Like,
can drop a
come
link
in.
in
Yeah.
the description, right?
Linktree. Actually, never knew about those until.
Dude, they
Donnie
rock,
Bowling.
man. Yeah, my dad's
You're-
got one.
His dad. Don't look up his dad's Linktree, but look up
Add the Donnie Bowling with hair. Okay, that's it. That's what I did.
at the Donnie
One
Bowling
with the
there.
hair.
My dad's name is Richard. My name is Austin. I was almost Little Dick.
Yeah, what
Those
is
things
that
go
at?
together. Little Dicks. Nope. Donnie Bowling's dad.
That's
nope,
getting
no
edited
fault.
Oh.
out.
Yes.
Thank you all so much. But if you all are having a great night, if you've enjoyed what we've been sharing, thank you all so much. This is such a great opportunity again and again. The goal, like I said, these gentlemen helped me to raise $7,000 to provide 14 families with a $500 Christmas. That was such an incredible opportunity. We're going for 120 families this year, $60,000. So
We can do that.
we can do that. Yeah.
In
Not,
Bitcoin.
Not we can. We will. do it.
Bitcoin.com.
Yeah,
We
with
will
your
do
all- Actually, we
Blockchain
have
technology.
We have a digital wallet that's being created actually through Bitcoin. So if people want to invest to the fund with Bitcoin, or if they want to use the USD,
Totally take Bitcoin right now.
yeah, we'll take Bitcoin. But if not, whatever. We love you all. Thank you all for this opportunity. Live a dream.
What's Shuck?
What's the show?
What the
You know,
shuck?
what the Shuck?